A great way to reduce the stress of talking about money, ironically, is to talk about it more. So just don't wait for it to be a crisis to say, hey, what are our goals? What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to The Perfect Bite. This is episode 89. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in. We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and Fukuburger is a fun spot in Vegas. Next, we'll talk about how to talk to your partner about money. And finally, we'll talk about creating positive ROI in the workplace.
Each week on The Perfect Bite, we'll visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant we hope will become your new favorite. And this week, we're sharing Fukuburger. The restaurant is known for their Las Vegas award-winning burgers, fries, and amazing extra. Now, Fuku means lucky. So they are known as Vegas's secret. They have a location in Chinatown and another one on Buffalo and Warm Springs. And something that I found out when I was recently at Allegiant Stadium for a Super Bowl event is that, and I wasn't sure if this was a pop-up event or a new permanent location, but they have one inside Allegiant.
I know that Allegiant does a good job of including local businesses, so maybe that'd be awesome. They're really good. I've been there before. It hasn't been in a while, but yeah, they're
so
extra, I could say.
Location. Checked out their Instagram, but it wasn't on their website. So I'm not sure. Yeah, is that like a permanent spot or something new just for Super Bowl? I'm not really sure. But either way, a good job for them for being there for the Super Bowl to represent Vegas. They also have a food truck that you may see around town, different events. So I actually got this recommendation from an employee. Very, very good location. What I ordered when I went there was the Fuku Burger. Again, that's called a Lucky Burger. And it was an all-beef Fuku patty with American cheese, lettuce, tomato, a pickled onion, which I was thinking about getting removed because traditionally,
Crystal, it's the best part.
I know. I don't like onions usually, but you've mentioned in the past that you like the pickled onions. So I was like, let me try it. Let's check it out. And it was so good.
Oh, good. So good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it made the whole
it's
burger.
It's very different than a regular onion. It changes it. Yeah,
completely
good.
Elevated. It was drizzled with wasabi mayo and then a fuku sauce, lucky sauce. Mm-hmm. And the really cool thing that I thought about their burger menu in general, it's like all burgers or sandwiches, they're all $9.99. So no matter which burger you get, you're going to be a flat price.
That seems like a really good price. Are we just getting jaded for inflation, or am I like, that's a deal?
Yeah, no,
right?
It
seems like a good price.
When I saw that, I'm like, oh, check that out. All burgers, $9.99. I'm getting it.
Okay.
The fries and everything like that, it's like extras on the side. So I added some Fuku fries. It was like $4.99. They're crispy fries, and it came with this togarashi garlic salt. Super good. I think the fries are like some of the best fries I've ever had. It's kind of like spicy, salty, garlicky, and then it came with these little holders of ketchup and then what they called crack sauce. And the crack sauce was like kind of creamy, like a mayo, sweet.
Was it just
tangy.
fry sauce?
It wasn't fry sauce because
okay.
it wasn't like that orangey color. It was like a mayo color, like a white. I really don't know how to explain it. You'll just have to try it. So go to Fuku Burger, try the crack sauce. It was really good. I did prefer the ketchup though with the fries because the fries were really spicy. I think when I go though, I'm gonna go back and order the Naga dog. So it was like a hot dog wrapped in something, maybe bacon and I don't even know, but it looked really good. The environment inside there, it was really fun. They had a wall like where they prepare all the food, normally it's like a glass kind of like window where you can look and watch them like putting all the toppings and everything. But where it would normally be glass, you could not see because it was completely filled with stickers, like anime stickers, any kind of sticker. So it wasn't just anime, it was any kind of motocross, fun little messages loaded up with stickers. The walls had different kind of cartoonish stickers. Local artists, you could probably tell there was like different kind of graphics and things like that. It was definitely like a hangout spot for people to come. It felt like you could go and just relax in there. There was a lot of board games in the back. People were just actually playing
hanging out.
Yeah,
That's fun.
playing board games in there. When I arrived, there wasn't that many people in there at first, but shortly after, it started getting very busy and people were just waiting. So I think my recommendation for you is, if you decide to go, plan to wait potentially if you come during a rush time, but be patient because the food is really good. The burgers are like where you grill it and you kind of like smash it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really good burgers. It's worth the wait. I will definitely go back. But yeah, and if you have a recommendation for a restaurant or a dish for us to try, send us a message at ThePerfectBite@cccculv.com. We're always open to new ideas. When it comes to talking with our spouse or a partner about money, many people shy away. Today we're discussing it.
Let's just dive right in, huh? Everybody wants to talk about money. No, actually they don't. Yeah. Isn't it true that money issues cause like half of divorces or something like that?
Yes.
The stats are kind of scary about that. And so maybe you just don't want to talk about it with your significant other because it's easier to avoid it. But if you have positive and frequent communication, I think that's just the key to making it like a less scary topic. Anything, if you talk about things with your kids often, it just seems like normal now. So our source for today's topic is coming from Bonsai, which is a financial wellness tool that we have on our website, CCCULV.org. You can check out more. We'll put a link in our show notes. But the first thing, the suggestion is to talk often. So a great way to reduce the stress of talking about money, ironically, is to talk about it more. Yeah. So just don't wait for it to be a crisis to say, hey, what are our goals with money? And maybe we should have a budget. Just almost like set up a regular discussion. I know we've talked about this a little bit before where you could have every first Sunday is our budget check-in. Yeah. Or I have friends that do this every year, like a financial getaway planning retreat where they go and make it fun. And they say, okay, maybe even do it at home, like a staycation, but they would go get a hotel room and bring all their paper and computer and make it okay, we look forward to it almost because we get away and we make that our focus. We do this at work, right? We set a budget for the year, we plan the year, we try to get it and make it
let's get some snacks involved.
Yes, exactly. I am not above bribery to talk about this kind of stuff. And so then you and your partner can make it something that you check in, how are we doing with our goals, and just it's just something that is open and honest in your relationship. The second tip is to discuss goals and values, not just dollar amounts, because money means different things to different people. How you were brought up with money. We've talked about this before. Money might mean security. Money might mean power or status. Am I going to use the money to buy something, or am I going to use the money to have an experience like traveling, or maybe I want to, invest or start a business, and what's the most important thing to you might be different for your partner. So understanding their values, that's just a great question. I'll say this to my husband, you just got $1 million. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with it? Yeah. And then we just have these it's our road trip conversations of what ifs. And it's interesting to hear different perspectives of how we each would spend the money. Yeah. I'm usually something fun first, a splurge, a trip or, new wardrobe or something. And he's invested properly in a da-da-da-da-da and put it into real estate. And I'm usually the one that's we gotta have a little,
or sometimes even
little
just the smaller amounts, bring it down even a realistic level,
$1,000.
$1,000. What would you do first?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a good discussion because it kind of reveals priorities. So, and just as a couple, discuss those short-term and long-term goals and the next steps you would take to achieve them. John Gottman, he's a prominent family scientist, and he's also a couple therapist. He shared 4 things that couples should do, and he calls it the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. A little scary there about communicating and with our spouses or significant others. There's just 4 things that really we need to avoid, and that I'm sure is common, and I can identify with a lot of these when it comes to talking about finances. First one is criticism. This happens when one addresses the issue and the other attacks their partner's character. So, for example, my husband might bring up that we're spending too much money, and now I immediately feel like I'm being criticized for something that I bought, when really he was just bringing up, we need to look at our budget, right? So I feel like I'm being criticized. The second one is contempt. This is when a partner assumes like a moral superiority over the other person. And you can be just sarcastic, roll your eyes, be disrespectful. And it just kind of makes that impossible to talk about finances when somebody is acting that way. So I think just check that at the door and be like, hey, we're in this together. That can't be a healthy way to discuss our finances.
Yeah. Rolling your eyes is not a good way to have conversations.
Oh, that is like one of my biggest pet peeves. When my kids do that, I'm like, no, we're not. No. Do not roll your eyes at me. And third, defensiveness. When we feel attacked or accused of something, again, back to that simple, like maybe overspending topic, we fight back, play the victim. Maybe this is just like leave me alone. I don't want to discuss this anymore. I know sometimes it's just really easy to feel like, even though I bring up an issue, it's hard not to feel like it's about you. Mm-hmm. Really, it's about like
open conversations.
This is our family. This is moving forward. This is our, future. The fourth one is stonewalling. This is usually a response to the contempt that you might feel when a partner shuts down, withdraws. You just kind of stop responding. And when we did a while back an episode with Lisa Chastain, there was the different money types.
Yeah.
And one of them was like the completely avoiding. Was it like avoider? I can't remember the name of it. We'll have to link back to something like that. That person just ignores the issue, doesn't want to talk about it. That's stonewalling. You're just like, if I pretend it's not there, it will go away and I don't talk about this anymore. So again, that's just not something that you should do if you're really trying to get to the heart of the issue. And so I don't think every relationship will have all of those 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but at some point, one of these will show up. And if you can help avoid those, you'll have much more healthy communication about your finances. And so just, first of all, have the conversations. Like that's the first tip, right? And the second, if you see some of your conversations sliding into these bad habits, just know you can like name them, recognize them, and turn it around and try to create a positive environment for discussing your finances. And now a break to hear from our sponsor.
CCCU has a bonus for you. High five! It's 5% interest on a bonus checking account, only available at Clark County Credit Union. That's 5% on your money, and it's just one more benefit of membership at Clark County Credit Union. Isn't it time for you to join? Anyone can be a member, because if somebody's making money off your checking account, shouldn't it be you? Open a bonus checking account today and start earning your 5%, only at CCCU. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. Are you looking for a way to enhance your satisfaction and even boost productivity? You may be overlooking a simple element, kindness. In today's segment, we'll explore 4 concepts of kindness in the workplace and look at its positive ROI. The first one is fostering a positive work culture. When employees experience kindness with their colleagues, they feel valued, respected, and motivated. They're likely to be engaged in their work and feel a high level of job satisfaction. A positive work culture encourages collaboration, reduces conflict, and enhances teamwork, leading to a more cohesive and efficient workforce. The second thing for a positive ROI is enhanced employee well-being. A supportive and kind environment can reduce stress levels, anxiety, and burnout among employees, leading to improved mental health and overall well-being. I know that, jobs can definitely be stressful. There's lots of high anxiety. I would like to avoid burnout. So well-being, my well-being is definitely something that I want to focus on. Kindness is something that I'll be focusing on. The third thing on the list is improved employee performance. Kindness isn't just about warm gestures. It also involves giving constructive feedback and support. Getting those nice kudos, emails, messages. If you have at CCCU, we use Teams. So we sometimes send little GIFs and things like that. Those are nice little messages you can send throughout the day. Employees who receive supportive feedback from their managers are more likely to improve their performance and grow professionally. Strengthening employee engagement is the fourth one on the list. So kindness also promotes a sense of belonging and loyalty. When employees feel appreciated and respected, they're more committed to their work. Recently or upcoming is Employee Appreciation Week or Appreciation Day. So those are little ways that you can just reach out to your employees or your coworkers and let them know that you appreciate them.
I feel like that day is like Valentine's Day. It's just created and we should probably do it all the time, but it's still nice to get something on
It's like a nice reminder.
Days. Yes. Like, okay, I know Valentine's Day isn't like a huge deal, but I still want a card, you know,
Yes.
but then like all year, yes, you want to appreciate your employees as well.
Definitely do. And it also heightens the sense of engagement and leads to increasing employees' retention rates, reducing costs related to recruitment and training new employees. Not that should, we don't want to think about those things, but those do come into effect as well. So if you want to build your positive ROI, think of those ways to be more kind in the workplace, spread kindness, spread happiness, be a little bit nicer.
Sounds good.
We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is ThePerfectBite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.